All right, so here is your food for the week. So many vegetables, lots of greens, and hopefully this will work out. So for tonight, we've got this haddock in papillote or newspaper. Yeah, there's lemon slices on the bottom, followed by zucchini, yellow summer squash, and carrot, all that are just really thinly julienne, so kind of like noodles. And then there's some local caught haddock, about a little over, actually a little less than half a pound each. So it's a pretty good portion. And then on top, you can kind of see it, is some butter with dill. And other than that, I just added a small amount of salt and pepper. Normally I put a little bit of honey in this butter, but I think it'll be just fine without it. So yeah, bake for 10 to 12 minutes at 375. Another thing to bake, and I'll leave these just assembled and not baked, is these stuffed portobellos. So these have a filling. So I scraped out the gills, and on the inside is a white bean puree with some sun-dried tomatoes, which I used a very small amount, and I soaked them in first to kind of like reconstitute them. And then blended that up with the beans and a little garlic, and then I wilted an entire bag of spinach and added that. So it's kind of like a creamy sun-dried tomato, bean, spinach filling. And then on top, there's a big old pile of these, of this topping, and I used a little bit of the breadcrumbs that you had in your pantry, as well as some walnuts that I ground up, and some nutritional yeast, and yeah, and then that's just some parsley on top for more flavor. So these will bake at 375 for about 20 minutes, but they're all different sizes, so might have to keep an eye. Let's see. Then we've got in the jars some minestrone soup. There is a ton of vegetables, onion. I mean, it looks similar and it probably tastes similar to your soup from last week with the cabbage, but this one has onion, celery, carrot, garlic. There is a little bit of white bean in there, a can of diced tomatoes, some zucchini, and broth. There is also an entire bag of spinach that I added at the end to wilt, and a squeeze of lemon juice. So I think that's it, but quite simple. And normally I add a little bit of like red pepper flake, which gives it a little bit of heat, but I'm not sure if you guys would like that. So let me know if that is something you would want next time. This is just that bag of cauliflower rice that you showed me that you had in the fridge. So I just simply sauteed it in a little bit of oil with some garlic, and then I added some chopped parsley. So just think of this as rice, and you can just have it as a side with either the fish or with the skillet. So this skillet is, I think this will go nice with, I mean, I think it could be a complete meal, but I think it would really, no, actually probably not. It needs your meat. So this will make a great base for whatever meat you want to add with it. This is sauteed cabbage, kale, some onion, mushroom, and there are some walnuts in there as well. So just lots of greens, cruciferous veggie, and the flavor is just a little bit of salt and pepper and a splash of balsamic vinegar at the end. So pretty simple. And then lastly, 'tis the season for some roasted butternut squash soup. So I cut the butternuts in half and roasted them, and then scooped out the flesh, sauteed some garlic and shallots, and added the roasted butternut once it was cooled, along with a can of organic coconut milk and broth. And other than that, just a pinch of nutmeg really brings the flavor all the way home. So anyway, hope you enjoy all of this food and have a great week. And let me know if this is the type of food that works best